Hello, my name is Chelsey Herrera, and I will be a senior starting this fall 2020 at UNCG. And the organization that I worked with was Nathaniel's Hope, and I participated in their monthly buddy break ever since the fall semester of 2019. And it was at the West Market Street Church. My goal for the Silver Leadership Challenge was to interact and give back to the community. I wanted to practice my leadership skills that I learned during bronze and the few hours that I did of community service in my bronze challenge as well. I also wanted it to be a good learning experience for me on where I could go and just dedicate my time at just one single organization and in practicing in my leadership skills. The growth experience that I got from Buddy Break was that a leader has more than just one standard definition. And what I mean by that is people tend to think that a leader is just someone that has a higher position than most people. And I feel like we should expand that definition of what a leader is because like we also hear that kids are the leaders. They are the future leaders because they are the next generation. They are going to be here when we're not here. And I feel like it makes parents, teachers, and any other family member or friend that helps mold the children into being who they are is also a leader as well because they have a key role and a key impact on who each of those children are going to be and what leaders they are going to be. So I feel like a leader is not limited to one thing. And what I also learned, especially with working with special needs kids, is that patience is key in everything. Patience, not just with kids, but with other adults. And it is very important as well as a leader because as a leader, you are going to come across a lot of different people with different backgrounds, different mindsets, different opinions. And I feel like patience and understanding is very important and qualities that a good leader should have. The community engagement that I got from Buddy Break was that I met a lot of new people, anywhere ranging from students of high school to other colleges and universities, and even families, such as parents of the kids that I would be assigned to watch after for the day. I was also given the opportunity to give back to the community, especially to those parents, because they need that mental break from having to watch after their child, and also if they have like two or more or even just one more kid because they need that self-care moment, and sometimes these families can't get any respite, so that is kind of what Buddy Break is here for. And it also depends on the number of volunteers we get each month on how many families are allowed to be accepted because each family has to apply. And so we also try to spread the word. I also try telling some of my friends to come out whenever they have a chance, when they don't have too much going on. And I also help to care for those kids, who always need that little extra care, who also, most of them, a lot of them actually enjoyed coming to Buddy Break, and they would get really upset when they had to leave because at the West Market Street Church, we had a lot of cool different rooms for them. We had like a sensory room, we had a little indoor playground room, there was an arts and crafts room, a music room, um, a lot of toys, and they genuinely loved it. And some were a little bit more shy than others, but that's where patience comes in. And overall, they were really sweet and they taught me a lot. As for my personal motivation and what also influenced my decision in choosing Nathaniel's Hope Buddy Break as my organization that I would work with for this challenge is my older sister, who is currently 38 and lives at home with my parents and I, and she has cerebral palsy. So her speech is a little different, and a lot of people will not understand, but my parents, my other sister, and I will, because we have lived with her all of our lives, and we've come to understand what she's trying to say. But I will say she is pretty good on the ranking of high to low autism because she can walk, she doesn't need a wheelchair, she does talk. It's just that it may not come out as clear for others, and she can dress herself, but sometimes she may need help because she doesn't know how to differentiate if it's inside out or if it's backwards. She will need help with tying her shoes, brushing her teeth, but for the most part, she's pretty good. She will eat. She loves to eat actually. She's not really picky, and I feel like she's been my big inspiration and what I want to do with my life, and especially like I said in my decision in working with these special needs kids at Buddy Break, because I do have experience from it by living at home with her. And I also learned that to become a good leader, it is important for the career that I want to go in. The career that I want to go in is to be a physician assistant, and for all healthcare workers, being a leader is good, no matter if you are a nurse or if you are a physician assistant or if you're a doctor. It doesn't matter what, I guess you could say, social status you have in being the type of healthcare worker you are, but being a leader is so important because you are between this patient's life and death situation. I also want to be more self-confident, which is another personal motivation for me. I want to be more confident in myself and stepping up to being a leader, not just waiting for someone else to step up to be the leader. I want to be a person to step up to it and to take the role if it needs to be, without obviously coming off too strong onto others or without giving others a chance, because I know others are also shy to take that big leap in being a leader as well. For my future goals, I want to continue to give back to the community, whether it is something big or small. I hope that I will be able to do that soon because all the volunteering has kind of been pulled off due to the coronavirus situation. But I hope somewhere in the near future, once things get better, I'll be able to. I also want to keep my experiences to reflect on so it can help me when I'm practicing my skills and or sorry, when I'm putting my skills into practice. And I am actually very excited for this fall semester with it being my senior year, but also because I am actually the vice president for Ritmo Latino, which is a Latinx org on campus. And I am just so excited because I have been part of this organization since my freshman year. And to be vice president is such a big step for me. And it may be, a little bit more on the smaller side, but it is still a pretty nice accomplishment that the members of Ritmo Latino have voted me to be the vice president. And I feel like a lot of that comes in with them knowing who I am and the personality that I have expressed in the group of who I am. And so I'm really excited, and I hope that we will have on campus lectures in the fall so I can put that into practice. Another thing as well is that this summer I am hoping to get my EMT certification because that does relate a lot to my future career and what I want to do once I graduate from UNCG. And, being an EMT and any other healthcare worker, like I mentioned before as well, is that it is super important being a leader because you are in between a patient's life and death, and you are also responsible and working with your colleagues, your coworkers to finding the solution and for doing what's best for your patient. And you are also giving back to the community by being there for others and giving those patients that care that they need in order to get better.